research has proved that it has a good number of functions to perform. TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, is very much important to secrete thyroxine. So thyroid gland is another very important endocrine gland of the body. So in adult women, hypothyroidism may cause irregular menstrual cycle. Hi everyone, welcome back to session 4 of chapter 19 called Chemical Coordination and Integration. Myself, B. Shobha Rani from the Department of Biology, Vidyashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence. Hope you remember in the last session we studied about a very important endocrine gland called pituitary gland. As we know, pituitary gland is called as the master gland and is divided into two parts, that is the anterior part called adenohypophysis and posterior part called neurohypophysis. And also we have studied about the hormones that are produced by the anterior pituitary, namely the GH, that is the growth hormone, PRL, that is prolactin, then TFSH, follicle stimulating hormone, LH, luteinizing hormone, ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone, etc. Then also MSH. But the neurohypophysis or the posterior pituitary does not produce the hormones of its own kind. Instead, it receives the hormones of the hypothalamus, namely oxytocin and vasopressin. So we have already studied about how important oxytocin, which is called as the birth hormone, is very important for parturition or childbirth and for lactation, whereas ADH or vasopressin is very important in regulating the water level in the urine. Now let us move on to yet another very interesting endocrine gland called the pineal gland. Most of them have heard about pituitary gland, but much of the information is not given about this pineal gland. Here you can see the small, this one, it is called as the pineal gland. So pineal gland was once considered as a vestigial gland. What do you mean by vestigial gland? Though it is present, it is of no use. It was called as a vestigial gland. But lot of research has been done in this particular gland called the pineal gland, where even I had got a golden opportunity to work on this pineal gland, which regulates a very important cycle called sleep-wake cycle. So it is going to regulate the sleep-wake rhythm and also it is going to control reproduction. So that was the study that was done and it produces a very important hormone called melatonin. Right. Now let us understand about this very important endocrine gland called pineal gland. A lot of research work has been done on this pineal gland, which is also going to help in regulating the skin pigmentation, right? So located on the dorsal side of the forebrain. So it is located on, so here you can see the brain. Dorsal side of forebrain secretes one hormone called melatonin. And melatonin, what is the role played by melatonin? Melatonin plays an important role in sleep awakening cycle or diurnal cycle. It is also called as diurnal cycle. So it regulates sleep-wake rhythm. Then regulate body metabolism, control pigmentation. Many of women, I have heard that, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I have heard that many women take this melatonin hormone to keep their skin, more glowing, and also it will prevent aging of skin, it seems. So that is what I have heard. I don't know how far it is true, but this hormone regulates the body metabolism and also control skin pigmentation. Then influence on menstrual cycle, as I said, it is helping in reproduction, influence body defense capability also. See what many functions has this spinal gland to play. So what are the functions? Very important, as I said, pineal gland is located on the dorsal side of the forebrain, secretes a very important hormone called melatonin. So once upon a time it was considered as a vestigial gland. What do you mean by vestigial? Just like appendix. Appendix is there, but it is a vestigial. Though it is present, it is of no use. But research has proved that it has a good number of functions to perform. So secretes very important hormone called melatonin, and melatonin plays an important role in sleep awakening cycle or diurnal cycle, then regulate body metabolism, control skin pigmentation, influence on menstrual cycle, influence body defense capability. Imagine how important this pineal gland is also, and how can we call this very important gland as a vestigial gland? As I said, even I had got a golden opportunity to work on this pineal gland, and many experiments what I did on this pineal gland was successful. Now, hormones of pituitary and their actions. So now let us summarize. So in the last session, we studied about the pituitary hormones. May it be the anterior pituitary hormones or the posterior pituitary hormones. Now let us summarize the hormones of pituitary gland and their functions. So anterior pituitary, as I already said, growth hormone GH. What are the important functions or role to play by the growth hormone? Promotes growth of whole body, particularly of the skeleton. Then deficiency, here minus will lead to what? Deficiency causes dwarfism, and deficiency means here it is hypo. Here excess means it is hyper. So hypersecretion in childhood causes gigantism in adult and acromegaly. So leading to gigantism in adult, and it is called acromegaly. Deficiency in childhood also causes dwarfism. Then trophic hormone, that is thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH, stimulates thyroid to secrete thyroxine. Then ACTH to stimulate cortical hormones. So TSH will help in stimulating the thyroid to secrete thyroxine, but adrenocortical trophic hormone, cortical hormones. So anterior pituitary growth hormone promotes growth of the whole body, particularly of the skeleton. Hypersecretion will lead to dwarfism. Hypersecretion will lead to gigantism, which is also called acromegaly. Then that is TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, is very much important to secrete thyroxine. Then adrenocorticotrophic hormone stimulates cortical hormones. Then gonadotrophic hormones regulate the activities of gonads, testes and ovaries, and these are mainly of three types. Follicle stimulating hormone stimulates egg formation in females and spur formation in males. Luteinizing hormone stimulates the formation of corpus luteum to produce the female hormone called progesterone, and testes to produce the male hormone called testosterone. Prolactin for milk secretion. So gonadotrophins, gonadotrophy GnRH, they are called FSH, LH, then these two are called as GnRH, PRL. All these are very important. Then posterior pituitary produces antidiuretic hormone and vasopressin. So already I have explained all this in detail. Increased reabsorption of water from kidney tubules and deficiency causes diabetes insipidus, or it is called water diabetes, or it is otherwise called water diuresis. Oxytocin uterus contraction during childbirth stimulates milk ejection. Hope you have understood. The hormones of pituitary gland. Gonadotrophic hormones regulate the activities of gonads, namely the testes and ovary. These are mainly of three types: FSH, LH and PRL. FSH stimulating hormone stimulates egg formation, that is during the process of ovulation in females, and sperm formation during spermatogenesis. And luteinizing hormone stimulates the formation of corpus luteum to produce a very important hormone. The leftover cells of the Graafian follicle is called corpus luteum, which produces a very important female hormone called progesterone, which is also very important for the maintenance of the female secondary sexual characters and to produce male hormone, that is in males. Then prolactin helps regulate the functioning of the mammary glands and stimulates the mammary glands to produce milk during lactation period. Then antidiuretic hormone, as I already said, increases, so it will prevent excess of elimination of water through urine and increase our reabsorption of water from kidney tubules, and deficiency causes diabetes insipidus or water diuresis, or it is also called as water diabetes. Not that diabetes, here it is called water diabetes. Then oxytocin, as we know, it is called the birth hormone, which is very important for what we call it as parturition. Parturition is called childbirth. So how is it making it possible for childbirth? It brings about, so at that, after the female completes her gestation period of 9 months, then there is vigorous expulsion of the uterine wall muscles, thereby expelling the uterine contractions of the smooth muscles of the uterine wall, thereby expelling the fetus out. That expulsion of fetus is called childbirth, right? Then thyroid gland. Now let us understand about a very important another endocrine gland called thyroid gland. Here you can see it is bilobed called right and left thyroid. So here you can see this is the pharynx. So the thyroid gland is composed of 2 lobes which are located on either side of the trachea below the larynx. So here you can see they are located on either side of trachea below larynx. Larynx. Larynx is nothing but the voice box or the windpipe. Right. Both lobes are connected by isthmus. So this is connected by what we call it as isthmus. So the 2 lobes, the left lobe and the right lobe, are connected by isthmus. They are connected by isthmus. So the thyroid gland is composed of follicles and stromal tissues. Each thyroid follicle is lined by cuboidal follicular cells enclosing a cavity filled with a colloid called thyrocolloid. So thyroid is very thyroxine, and the thyroid gland produces a hormone called thyroxine. It produces a hormone called thyroxine. Follicular cell synthesizes 2 hormones. One is called tetraiodothyronine, that is thyroxine, and triiodothyronine, that is T3, T4 and T3. So thyroid gland is another very important endocrine gland of the body, which is very important for maintaining the basal metabolic rate and also to maintain the calcium level in the body, in the bones. So the thyroid gland is composed of 2 lobes which are located on either side of the trachea below larynx. Both lobes are connected by isthmus. So here you can see the 2 lobes on either side of trachea below larynx and connected by isthmus. So the right lobe and the left lobe are connected by isthmus. So the thyroid gland is composed of follicles and stromal cells. Each thyroid follicle is lined by cuboidal follicular cells enclosing a cavity filled with a colloid called thyrocolloid. Follicular cell synthesizes 2 hormones. One is called tetraiodothyronine or thyroxine and triiodothyronine, that is T3. And these hormones are synthesized due to iodination of amino acid called tyrosine. So in dietary deficiency of iodine leads to enlargement of the thyroid gland called goiter. I think all of us know nowadays we have a lot of different types of salts. Like we try to use the iodized salts. Iodized salt. Why? Because the deficiency of iodine in the diet may lead to goiter. You might have come across the enlargement on the either side of the trachea, which is called goiter. So hypothyroid, what do you mean by hypo? Less secretion. Less secretion of thyroxine during pregnancy causes defective development and maturation of the growing baby, leading to a condition called cretinism. So it is also hyposecretion, hypothyroidism. So hypothyroidism is less secretion of thyroxine hormone by the thyroid gland during pregnancy causes defective development and maturation of the growing baby, leading to a condition called cretinism. So these hormones are very, very important. As I said, the organs of production are different from the organs of action. So all these hormones have a great role to play in regulating various physiological processes inside our body. So endocrine glands and their secretions called hormones, which are otherwise called chemical substances or chemical messengers, have a great role to play in carrying on the various physiological processes. So these hormones are synthesized due to iodination of amino acid called tyrosine. And in dietary deficiency, like if iodine is less in the diet what we have, then it may lead to a disease called goiter, right? And hypothyroidism during pregnancy causes defective development and maturation of the growing baby, leading to a condition called cretinism. So cretinism is characterized by, now what is cretinism? What are the symptoms? What are the symptoms of cretinism then? Stunted growth. What do you mean by stunted growth? No proper growth. Stunted growth. Mental retardation. So mentally they will not be well. So mental illness they will have. So mentally retardation. Low intelligence quotient, that is low IQ. Then abnormal skin. They'll have abnormal skin. Then deaf mutism. That is they'll be both deaf and mute. They can mute. That is they cannot, deaf and dumb we can say. Mutism means dumb. Deaf as well as dumb. Deaf and dumb. Then pot bellied. Stomach will be like a pot. So pot bellied. Then dribbling saliva. Dribbling actually. It is called dribbling saliva, means the saliva will be coming out from the mouth. So what are the hypothyroidism will lead to cretinism. And what are the symptoms of cretinism? Stunted growth, mental retardation, low IQ, then abnormal skin, then they'll be deaf and mute, then that is deaf and dumb, pot bellied, and even dribbling saliva. So the saliva will be just coming out drop by drop. All these are the characteristic features of the people who have hypothyroidism, right? Hyperthyroidism will lead to what you call the deficiency of iodine in the diet will lead to goiter. So in adult women, hypothyroidism may cause irregular menstrual cycle. So less amount of thyroid gland, thyroxine, even in women has a very important role to play. So in adult women who have their regular menstrual cycle will be affected if there is less secretion of less secretion of thyroxine. Then even hyper secretion of thyroxine will lead to obesity also in females. Then over secretion of thyroid hormone is called hyperthyroidism. See, imagine how each and every endocrine gland and the secretions called hormones have a great role to play in carrying on various physiological processes inside the body. So one such gland is called as the endocrine gland, the hypothyroid, and that is the thyroid gland. And thyroid gland produces two types of hormones, T3 and T4, and that is the thyroxine. And cretinism is one such disorder which is caused due to hypothyroidism, which has the characteristic features of stunted growth, mental retardation, low IQ, abnormal skin, they'll be deaf and dumb, then pot bellied, then with a dribbling saliva. And in adult women, hypothyroidism may cause irregular menstrual cycle, affecting their monthly cycle, which happens with an average period of 28 days will be affected. So over secretion of thyroid hormone is called hyperthyroidism. Hope you have understood about this wonderful endocrine gland. So we have studied about pineal gland. In the last session, we studied about pituitary gland. And in this session, we studied about pineal gland. Then the summary of the pituitary hormones and their functions. Then we studied about the thyroid gland and how important thyroid gland and its secretion is, how hypothyroidism will cause, and all that, and what will be the symptoms of hypothyroidism in case of children leading to cretinism, and even in women, adult women also, hypothyroidism is going to affect the menstrual cycle. So we have studied about the important endocrine gland, that is the pineal gland and the thyroid gland. So in the coming session, I'll be dealing or discussing about yet another important endocrine gland and their functions. Till then, goodbye and thank you.